On this day in 1128, Pope Honorius II grants a papal sanction to the military order known as the Knights Templar, declaring it to be an army of God. Nearly 50 years after the famous gunfight at OK Corral, Wyatt Earp dies quietly in Los Angeles at the age of 80 on this day in 1929. On this day in 1939, Arthur Doc Barker is shot and killed by guards while trying to escape from Alcatraz prison in San Francisco Bay. Doc Barker, along with his brothers Herman, Lloyd, and Fred, and their mother, the infamous Ma Barker, formed one of the more formidable criminal gangs of the 1920s and 1930s. James Joyce, widely regarded as Ireland's greatest author, dies in Zurich, Switzerland, at the age of 58 on this day in 1941. One of the most brilliant and daring writers of the 20th century, Joyce's masterpiece, Ulysses, is ranked among the greatest works in the English language. On this day in 1942, representatives of 9 German-occupied countries meet in London to declare that all those found guilty of war crimes would be punished after the war ended. Of course, the Allies would have to win the war to accomplish this. On this day in 1950, for the second time in a week, Jacob Melich, the Soviet representative to the United Nations, storms out of a meeting of the Security Council, this time in reaction to the defeat of his proposal to expel the nationalist Chinese representative. At the same time, he announced that the Soviet Union intended to boycott further Security Council meetings. On this day in 1966, President Lyndon B. Johnson appoints the first African-American cabinet member, making Robert C. Weaver head of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the agency that develops and implements national housing policy and enforces fair housing laws. On this day in 1982, an Air Florida Boeing 727 plunges into the Potomac River in Washington, D.C., killing 78 people. The crash, caused by bad weather, took place only 2 miles from the White House. Patrick Dempsey, best known for his role as Dr. Derek McDreamy Shepherd on TV's Grey's Anatomy, is born on this day in 1966. Also born on this day in 1977 was actor Orlando Bloom, best known for the Pirates of the Caribbean films, as well as for his role as Legolas in The Lord of the Rings. And finally, Mark Thatcher, son of former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, is fined R3 million and given a 4-year suspended prison term after pleading guilty in a Cape Town court to unwittingly putting up cash for a helicopter to fly exiled opposition leader Severo Moto of Equatorial Guinea back from exile. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and tune in tomorrow for another This Day in History.